Okay, so this is one of the videos. So I actually gotta pause this. Zoom. Let's see if I can do this. Yeah, I can. Looks like the easier version of that sheet that you guys got the other day. 706. Much easier, right? So again, I want to take some time to reorder my expressions so my like terms are next to each other. So again, I want you to get into the habit of circling, and I want you to get in the habit of circling the term with the sign that comes right before it, the preceding sign, because that sign belongs to that term. So this actually looks like this. And then the -7, I drag it around to the back. These two I can combine, right, because they're both A's. Now you can change it to an addition. And yeah, 4a minus 12a, there's more negatives, right? So it's going to be negative 8a, and then -7. I'm finished. These colors, which I should have done in the first question. So again, let me circle this fellow over here, -13. And then in blue, I'm going to take this guy and this guy. You guys can use circles, triangles, rectangles, you know, if you don't have colors. So -7m, and then I'm going to bring the -13m. Actually, you know what? I'm going to erase this because I should do the ones that have a variable first. So it's -9m minus 12m, right? Those two, this one and this one. And now my reds, it's -7 and -13 -7 -13. So if I combine them, combine these two, right, from here to here, it's -9m plus -12m. And that gives me -21m. I'm going to have a calculator by now, so I can do this a little faster. So again, these two, again, -7 plus -13. Well, obviously, if you have a calculator, you don't have to change the addition. But this is, for those of you who are not using a calculator, it just makes it easier for you to see what you're adding. So they're both negative, and then -13. And it's just going to be -20. And that's my final answer. So what is the same here? This guy is the same as this guy, which means these two are like terms, right? They're both k. Remember, one's k squared, the other one is just a k. So in red, I have 5k squared minus k squared. Now, there is no coefficient here, so if you like, you can put a 1 here to make life easier for you. On the other side, I'm going to have minus k. And again, there's no coefficient, so if you like, you can put a 1. Put a 1 here. Let's do these two first. But this is just 5 minus 1. What's 5 minus 1? It's 4k squared. And over the red, the blue, this one I'm actually going to change. So it's -1k, keep, change that, and then change that to its additive inverse, which is -1k. And this becomes -1 and -1. They're friends, right? So it becomes -2 bit k. So final answer, let me just make it prettier. 4k minus 2k. And that's, I can make it a little better than that, minus 2k. I'm going to circle this guy, 5y squared. Then I'm going to circle just a y. And then I'm going to circle the numbers, a different color. So I'm going to put them in order. -5y squared. In red is -5y. And then in purple, I'm good -8, -12. So this, there's nothing to do, so that's done. That's done, but this I have to add together. -8 plus -12 going to give me negative 20. So let me write the final answer is negative 5y squared minus 5y minus 20. Next two. Again, start with the x cubed. And this is an x cubed. So 3x to the third power plus 12x to the third power. In blue, I'm going to put this guy here. Blue, that's not blue. Minus 3x. And then in purple, I'm going to do minus 5 and minus 33. So you can tell by colors all who are like terms. So let's do the red. It's 3 plus 12, right? So it's going to be x cubed. Oops, red. X cubed. Pero 3 plus 12 is 15. Done. Let's do the red. Actually, let's do the blue. Blue is just this guy, so minus 3x, right? There's no other x. Remember, this x and this x, completely different. And the blue, I have negative 5 minus 33. And that's going to be negative 5 plus negative 33. They're both friends, and it gives me negative 38. So this is my final answer. Next one, it's going to get messy. So I'm going to do the ones with the high powers first. So this guy and this guy go together. Make the circle a little bit smaller. That's negative a squared, ab squared, plus 9ab squared. And then who else is the same? Then we're going to go to blue. I'm going to go plus 5ab minus 23ab. And for last, I'm going to write minus 4a because that's all by itself, right? So they're all three different things here. This, and that. In purple, let's do these. It's going to be ab squared. And negative 2 plus 9, there's more positives. It's going to be 7a squared. The blue is 5 minus 23ab, so it's going to be 5ab. Keep, change, and then change this to the additive inverse. And you get minus, there's more negatives, right? So negative 18. And finally, minus 4a, because remember there's nothing to do with the 4a, so this is my final answer. Okay. So here we go. Again, let's see, k. There's a k here. There's a k here. So it's negative 7k minus k. And then let's do the m's. Minus 8m minus m over here. And finally, minus 12km. So three different types of terms. So let's do the red first. And again, here, if you want to put a 1, you can put a 1 here. Right, so that's a 1. So negative 7k minus 1k, it's going to be negative 7k plus negative 1k. And they're both friends, so it's going to be negative 8k. The blue, I have negative 8 minus m, or I'm going to put 1m over here. So it's going to be negative 8m plus negative 1m. Friends and friends, so again, negative 9m. And then finally, minus 12km. Over here, what do we have here? We have a bunch of things. So let's do the p first. P, negative p, minus 3p. Doesn't matter which one you start with, by the way. What else do we have? We have a W. Let's do, yeah, we have a W plus W. And we have some numbers, right? Negative 17 minus 12 minus 18. So let's do the blue. In front of P, you can write 1P if you like. Oops. You can write 1P. That's hard. 1P. So negative 1P plus negative 3P. Negative and negative, they're friends, so it's going to be negative 4P. So that's easy. The red is just plus W or plus 1W. It's up to you. And then we have the purples. So the purple here, let me do these two together first. And it's going to be negative 17 plus negative 12, and that equals negative 29. And I'm going to do minus 18, and again I'm going to change it to an addition, so negative 29 plus negative 18. So they're friends again, and negative 47. So last part, negative 47. And this is going to be my answer. HI So we're going to start with this. Z cubed negative 11z to the third power. So z to the third power minus 11 to the z to the third power. And then in red, I'm going to do the z squared plus z squared minus z squared. So it's minus z squared plus z squared minus z squared. And finally, the last thing here, plus 9. This one is easy, so the plus 9 is already done, so that's a check. Let's do the blue. And if you like I said, you can put a 1 over here. It's going to be 1 z cubed plus negative 11 z cubed. Who's going to win? The negatives. How many more do they have? 10. So it's going to be negative 10 z to the third power. Now let's do the reds. There's a 1 here. There's a 1 here. And there's a 1 here. So it's going to be negative 1 plus 1. So these two over here, what's negative 1 plus 1? That becomes 0. And 0 plus negative 1z is just negative 1z squared. In your calculator, I would put negative 1 plus 1 minus negative 1. And you see that's going to give you negative 1. So this is our final answer. Alright, so let's do the xy first. So I get 12xy. Is there any other xy? Yes, there is one right here. Minus 55xy. And then let's do the x's. X, here's an x. Minus 14x. Minus 13x. And then we're going to do the y's, and I'll do that in black. Minus 9y. Minus 20y. Let's do the reds. 12 minus 55, so it's going to be something xy, right? So you can do 12xy plus negative 55y, xy. And that's going to give us positive and negative. There's more negatives. They're not friends, so the negatives are going to win. Why? Because they have 43 more. Negative 43 more. Let's do the blues. Negative 14 and negative 13, right? So I'll do this right here. Negative 14x plus negative 13x. They're both negative, so it's going to be negative 27x. And for last, these two fellows over here. Negative 9y plus negative 20y. They're both negatives again. So we add them, and we get negative 29y. So this is my final answer. Well, the last one is more of a fun challenge, if you call it fun. So we really have to be careful. So, there's a lot. And oh my God, I don't even know where to start. So let's start with this guy right here. AW, so negative 28, A2W. Is there any other A2W? A2W right here. Minus 33, A2W. This is check, this is check. Let's do blue. With the blue, I'm going to change and do this one. Minus 14AW squared. Is there any other one that's like that? No. Oh, there is, right here. Plus 3AW to the second power. So these two are the same. So this is also gone. In red, I'm going to do the AW, so plus 44AW. Is there any other AW? There's one more here. Minus 78AW. Oh, there's another one here. Minus AW. And that's it. Purple, I'm going to do the A's. Minus 16A. Minus 31A. And then in orange, I'm going to do the W's. So I'm going to do just a W. Negative 12W. Plus W. And I'm going to choose another color. Oh, I don't know any other colors. Green. I'm going to do plus 15 plus 32. Oh my God. Long expression. But at least now the like terms are next to each other. So let's do these two guys first. Negative 28. So it's going to be something A squared W. So let's take out the number. Negative 28 minus 33. It's going to become negative 28 plus negative 33. They're both negative, so it's going to be negative 61AW. In blue, it's negative 14 plus 3. Who's going to win? The negatives. Why? They have more. How many more? Negative 11AW squared. That's done. Red, I have 44AW minus 78AW. So you can put that in your calculator. I'm just going to take the step here and do this. And that's going to give us, I have no idea, 44, 34. So that's going to give us 34 negative AW. I'm going to subtract minus this guy. I'm going to put a 1 here. Okay. Net minus 1 AW. So it's a negative 34 AW minus 1W. Negative. Keep. Change. And then change this to a negative 1 AW. They're both friends, so I get negative 35 AW. So minus 35 AW. And then I'm going to do the purple. Oh my God. Purple is these two. Negative 16 minus 31. And I'm just going to do that straight up because I'm running out of room. So that's going to give us 47A. Negative. And then in the orange, negative 12 plus 1. There's a 1 here. Who's going to win? The negatives. Why? Because there's one more. Negative 11W. And finally, in the green, it's 2 positive, 15 plus 32, which is going to give us plus 47. So here's the answer to that whole thing. Okay? That was pretty simple. Messy, but a little simple.